So that, of course, is the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu explaining his argument. Saeed Shehata joins us, as I did say, in the studio. Good morning to you, Saeed.
Good morning, Sally.
Let's just start with what happened in the West Bank. Can you give us more details?
There is more raids of the Israeli operation once it launched last week in order, according to the Israeli army, to dismantle terrorist cells. So far, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry, 30 people were killed, including civilians, because Israeli raided several camps, especially Jenin camp. And the Prime Minister of the Palestinian Authority, Mohammed Mustafa, said the damages, the losses, especially in infrastructure, is the most extensive in 2 decades. They withdrew from Noor camp after a few hours of raiding it, but then they carry on in Jenin, and they carry on in other places in Tul Karm and the north of the West Bank. And since the 7th of October, there is more than 500 people were killed in the clashes, exchange of fire between the Israeli army and militants in the West Bank. So the clash is going on there, and the tension going from Gaza now to the West Bank, and there is concern from international community that will be more violence and more killing, and it needs this to be stopped. So the situation is alarming, and it should be dealt with. But the Israeli army insisted that there is terrorist cells there, according to them, and they should dismantle them.
Talking of insistence, we were just hearing there from Benjamin Netanyahu explaining why he's insisting on Israeli troops monitoring this little bit of strip of land between Egypt and Gaza. This seems to be the main sticking point, doesn't it, as to why a deal cannot progress?
It is a new condition, according to Hamas and Egypt, put by Mr. Netanyahu in order to, according to Hamas and Egypt and Qatar, to delay the reaching a deal. The corridor, it's alongside between Egypt and Gaza, and was for the Israeli, in their opinion, that there is smuggling weapons, and they fear that Hamas might rearm itself, and Iran will, according to Mr. Netanyahu. Egypt saying this is not true, there is no smuggling of weapons there. And Hamas issued a statement yesterday saying there is no need for new conditions in order to reach a deal, because they agreed already on a deal announced by Mr. Biden, the American president, on 2nd of July. So, and there is pressure from the family hostages after they recover 6 bodies killed in Gaza in order to reach a deal. But on the other hand, Mr. Netanyahu under the pressure from the right wing, especially from the National Security Minister, Mr. Ben Gvir, who said the indirect negotiation should stop because the dead bodies and Hamas shouldn't be trusted.
And just briefly, Saeed, about the polio vaccination program, successful so far?
According to the World Health Organization, the first phase was very successful. The target was 157,000 children under the age of 10. So they reached 187. The first stage, which was between 1st and 3rd of September in central Gaza. Second stage will be in southern Gaza, will be from the 5th to 8th. Then the third stage will be from 9 to 11 in the north of Gaza. The target of the WHO is the coverage will be 90% of each round in order to stop the spread and the outbreak of the polio.
Saeed, thank you so much. Good to get your take on these latest developments.